Every artist that I know wants to make money from their music, but the problem is they're selling to everybody. And because they're doing this, they're not making nearly as much money as they thought that they would probably see for the point that they're at right now. And I've been here before, several clients have been here before, but let me introduce you to one mental hack that will transform the way you actually make money and the way you see how you can make money from your most neglected but top paying customer. Coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover show. So the first thing we have to do is sell to fans and not supporters. And I've been saying this for the past few weeks. When you start in the music business as an artist, your first instinct is to release your music to target streamers. These are samplers. Ironically, they're not the ones who will pay you the most money. Even though your biggest paying fans start as samplers too, you need to shift your focus to selling directly to fans. This mental shift forces you to improve the quality of your material, offers, and delivery because these fans pay top dollar. It's true. These people see what you have. They hear the music. They say, oh my God, this is amazing. You ever hear music that's so good that you want more, that you want to know more instantly? And you can't, because the only thing they have is a social media page. Like, I've watched all the posts and I've heard all the music and I want more and I can't get more and I'm stopped right here. Now I want my attention goes somewhere else. If you are an artist, you want to focus on when that attention left. The person that watched all of your videos on social media and saw all of your music content and heard all the music that you have on Spotify has consumed everything. What happens next? That's the customer that we got to serve. And those people come in two different types. Check it out. Fan type 1, supporter. The first fan type is a supporter. Though they spend money with you, they don't spend nearly as much as type 2. They tend to buy your albums and maybe attend a show or two. Occasionally they'll share your stuff on social media. They listen to your music and stream it from time to time. And while they're emotionally invested in you, they don't let it dominate their thoughts. Now, on top of this, they really respect your boundaries. Supporters will make up a big portion of your fan base. The more quality you give them and the longer you continue your journey, the more consistently they'll pay you, and usually about the same amount they paid in the beginning. These are respectful people and conservative spenders. But the attention that left, right here, you're going to capture some of that attention and offer something to those supporters, right? Now, this is where the merchandise kicks in, right? Because if I pay you something, I want to say, look at me, I'm team such and such, and I got a t-shirt or a hoodie, or I got the vinyl. Like, that's how cool I am. I'm cool because they're cool, right? The supporter will give that money to you, and now you're making some money, right? The sampler, everybody who's streaming, they ain't giving you much more than 0.0038 cents. They were going to get that anyway. Everybody was going to get the sample anyway. It's after we consumed all the content and we consumed all the music on streaming and the attention that left, where did it go? We didn't attend to that attention. What happened? Because that's where the money was. But we were so stuck on streaming that we didn't think about all the attention that just left. And it can happen literally in 15 minutes. I can become so infatuated so quick that it can leave like that. All right, now let's go into fan type 2. Fan type 2 is the fanatic. The second fan type is a fanatic, and they spend the most money with you. Whenever you have something for sale, your music speaks directly to them. They engage with every piece of your content you put out, sometimes multiple times. They may share everything you post, attend every concert, and sometimes multiple concerts on a tour leg, and spend large amounts of money to support everything you do. They often see you as an extension of your art, which is kind of dangerous, which could lead to overwhelming desires to know everything about you personally. And you have to be aware of them because they can cause extreme reactions, you do, but they can be very harmful towards critics and rivals, and they can also shift into toxic behavior. However, again, these people spend the most money. So let me explain. If you ever, like when I remember when Power was on the air and people can't, like the main character Ghost is Ghost. Like Omari Hardwick, when you see him, you see Ghost. So it's going to take some years for that to go away. Like when you see with the character on Snowfall, the main character, you see him as that. It wasn't as bad as Ghost on Power, but when you see Omari Hardwick on Power, it's like, dang, that's Ghost for real. You know what I mean? And you can't separate the two. That's what happens with the Fanatic. That's what happens when the music is so good and the storytelling is so good that you can't separate the two and they see you totally as that. Those are the Fanatics, right? But these people pay the most money for what you got. They show up on several legs of the concert. Like you might do Atlanta and then turn around and go do Charlotte the next day and the fan is right there, front row. So, well, actually you might do Atlanta, Charlotte, And then you might go up to, I don't know, Richmond, VA, and they're there, right there. Like, didn't I just see you in Charlotte? Yeah, but I had to get another experience of this. I didn't want to miss it for the world, right? They come with the cameras around their neck. They got the t-shirt, they got the hat, right? But they spend all this money on you. Those are the two types. And you capture all of that attention, want, and desire from the people that you just let it go from. That's where the money is made, and it can happen from the very first fan. Let's keep going. The difference between the two. The key differences between the two are their engagement levels. Supporters are casually engaged while fanatics are extremely active and deeply invested in what you do. Supporters love you and value your work, but fanatics often attach their personal identity and emotions to your music or persona. Supporters respect boundaries while fanatics blur lines with their obsession and admiration for you. When it comes to impact, while both are valuable, having too many fanatics can create pressures related to privacy and sometimes even safety. I remember when I was working with Baby Rose at the time, and she had just got her first deal. I was like, yo, you need to go tint that Honda Accord right now. Like, for real. It was a Honda Civic. She had a Honda Civic. It's like, yo, you need to switch it up, move somewhere else, put some tint on the windows until you can get a new vehicle, because this thing's about to change. And I had already seen the security issues because I was starting to see the fans come about. Oh my God, that's Baby Rose, right? And the same thing happens for many other fans. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But those are the differences between the two. Check this out. Why not sell to everyone? Not everyone is a buyer, which is why we don't sell to everyone. Instead, we focus on those who provide the most value. We create our products for potential customers who will give us the highest return. People who don't pay still get a great experience by default. This is why we choose to sell to fans rather than trying to appeal to everyone, because it's a trickle-down effect. You know what I mean? So if I go and create the fan experience, the ultimate fan experience at my level that I can afford based on the crew of people I have and our skill sets, if I go make the best fan experience I can make at the end of the payment system, right over here, the final boss, then it'll trickle down. It will have no choice but to trickle down. And as long as we keep our sights up here instead of down here with everybody on streaming, then we'll begin to win the game right up here. Keep it up here. Keep your eye on the ball. Don't keep your eye down here focusing on everybody and what they got to say about you. Right here on the fan. Right here on the fan. Stay right here. You see what I'm saying? And now we have a recipe for winning. But it takes a while to acquire fans, right? Wrong. This is a myth. In fact, as I said earlier, you can acquire a fan from the very first listener. It all depends on the quality of your music, marketing materials, and enlightenment content, how well they resonate with your mission, purpose, and personality, and how well you conveyed it, actually. And if you have compelling offers that allow people to engage with you on a deeper level beyond music, they'll consume everything you have available. Why? Because what you're offering is high quality and it speaks to them directly, and you're also offering an experience. See what I'm saying? So if you know, and I'm telling you, I'm not just, spewing some things. If you know that somebody is going to see your Instagram page and your music and going to want to go from Instagram, look at the videos, get enlightened about you, go to Spotify, stream it, and then want to know more, they're going to click the link in your bio, sign up for an email list, or purchase something, or give an exchange to get on that email list so they can be nurtured. And not only top of that, you were nurturing them on that email list. Come on, man. Come on, man. And that's the reason why people don't grow, because they only got stuck at streaming. And I've been stressing this. I'm going to keep stressing this all month. You get stuck at streaming and you're trying to sell to everybody. Doesn't matter. It takes so little effort to put something on Spotify and Apple Music that once that's done, what about all the people who really care now? And you're underserving them by having them pay a little bit. So you're underserving them and you're undercharging them for the experience and you're giving them a weak experience when you could not overcharge them, but charge them a substantial amount and serve them and get the money that you were looking for. That's what I've been saying all month. Okay, let's keep going. But what if my music doesn't work the first time? This is what your testing phases are for. Before you release any project or EP, you need to test your music. You need to see if people actually want to experience you as an artist. And this requires content that showcases curiosity, talent, enlightenment, and story. It also requires the open mic stage of your career as well. By reading the comments, you can tell if people are accepting what you do. And then you push towards creating your first project or EP. This is a methodical process. Now, you can do this on social media first, but you want to limit it. You don't want to go, hard in the yard with it. You don't want to go balls to the wall with this sucker. You want to kind of keep it to a minimum when you're testing on social media, because if something is not good, you want to be able to dial it back so you can clean the page off and start again. People don't go to open mics because they don't want to test their performance in their live experience, but it's a must because you actually need to see the physical reactions of the people to your music, your style of dress, your persona, all of that. All this is happening at open mic. You don't want to neglect these phases because they're key components to how you're going to grow as an artist and delivering an actual fan experience to those who will actually pay you the money that you need to survive and thrive out here in this game. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to neglect your musical testing periods. Once you get past that, then we can go back one slide into what we were talking about before and begin to build that fan experience on a very small level before we grow it bigger. Now, if you've made it past your musical testing period and you're ready to grow, you're going to need the foundation, the business foundation to do this on. So if you need to build your record label or publishing company in 60 days or less with the foolproof step-by-step process, jump into my 60-day record label course beneath this video right now today. You'll gain the ability to get real funding for that record label. And on top of that, you'll prevent yourself from getting screwed contractually, and you'll keep the middleman out of your pockets when it comes to collecting those royalties. But if you're skeptical about all this, grab my free guide, 10 Major Steps to Increase Your Record Label's Profits. A free split sheet is included with that download. And then on top of that, you get a mini course in here that further explains how this course of action will work here. Now, let's talk about your upside. If you shift your mindset, you'll see a guaranteed increase in your sales, followers, fans, and profits. There's no doubt about it. This shift in focus will lead to exponential growth in your music career. And as you target the right audience, you'll find that your efforts become more efficient and effective, resulting in a snowball effect of success. It's a small shift, baby. Just finish the whole sales sequence. That's really what it is. Take that piece of game. It's just a sales sequence. Finish it. You know what I mean? Set your eyes on the prize. Keep your eye on the ball, on the fans, right? Here's the downside. If you continue to focus on everyone, your efforts will yield only slow growth, making it increasingly challenging to boost sales, followers, fans, and profits. And as time goes on, this approach will become even more difficult and less effective. It just is what it is. So here's what you can do. The next time you finish a record in the studio, give it a hard, honest evaluation. Ask yourself, would I pay for a physical or vinyl copy of this? Would I want to see this performed live? If I were a musician and fan, would I be curious about how this was made? This critical assessment will help you create music that truly resonates with your audience, right? And if you can do that, then man, we winning, right? Music Money Maker. So I want you all to transform your lives in this music game. To not just think about money, but to also think about your customer. Yeah, you had some art to create, but now think about how your customer will consume it. And if your customer would even want it. That way, we can prevent a lot of money being wasted in this game. Music Money Makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com. Jump into the 60-day record label course beneath this video. All right, grab the free stuff beneath this video, smash the like button, book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com. Guess what? I'll see you next time. Peace.